As somebody that was born and raised in Orlando and whose great grandparents took her to Disney every Friday after school, who had annual passes to Busch Gardens, Disney, SeaWorld, Universal, Boardwalk and Baseball, bitch if you know, Cypress Gardens. Back then, it was affordable to be able to do that. Like, they were living on Social Security and they could do that. We don't live in that reality anymore. And I'm not sharing that information as a flex. I'm sharing that to A, contextualize the change, B, to highlight the fact that Disney Parks has been pricing out families for the better part of 2 decades, and it's exponentially getting worse. And the families that are getting priced out are obviously people that are lower middle class and or don't look like me when I don't have this filter on. Why am I saying all of this? I'm saying all of this because I'm 40 and I have a romanticization of the Disney days past, right? The belly pock of Disney. But I'm aware of that, and that bias is not what I'm speaking to right now, at least to the best of my ability. A lot of content creators, specifically the one that compelled me to want to speak on this today was Kiki, reacting to the Disneyland creator who threw a cast member under the bus all the way up to corporate, and just this behavior of entitlement, of white entitlement, of just fuckery. This did not exist before vlogging. This did not fucking exist before YouTube. And I know that sounds obvious. The reality is that what vlogging has done, it's said that if I have a camera, and I'm not even talking about perks and influencers and media credentials, I'm just saying if you live in Orlando and can afford an annual pass to Disney and a camera and you can go every day and create content, you are creating a false reality for families and setting a false expectation. By virtue of their accessibility to everyday park access, their proximity to the parks, they're obviously going to experience more magical moments, and they're obviously going to set an expectation, a false expectation of like, oh, when you go to Disney, this is gonna happen, you're gonna see this, and then false. This accessibility, this everyday access to the parks and creating content every day is breeding a sense of entitlement for people who save their entire lives just to go once with their kids. And it's also an outlet for white rage, and we are going to talk about it in part 2, and I'm going to tag the Disney creators that you should also be following. I'm over it. It's a lie.